All right. What's up, everyone? Thank you for showing up again today. Let me get myself centered here. I got a special version of the Win by KO show today. I got a special guest all the way across from the pond. He's one of my colleagues, good dude, and he's real heavy on UK fighters. And he and I have definitely gone back and forth about who we think are better in certain weight classes and things like that. Especially being that it's kind of USA versus UK. What's up, K? What's up, H Money? How you doing, brother? How are you? Good to see you, man. All right, I am going to bring in my guest now, and we will get the show started. Everybody, welcome Fuad. What up?
Yo, you called me up. I was having a little sip of my drink.
Yeah, what do you got in there?
It is actually, it's just a regular mixer drink like orange, but I've thrown in some chia seeds, so keeping it nice and healthy, mate.
Fancy. I see you all smiling. You finally got a meal in. Assalamu alaikum, brother. I know you just broke fast. So
yeah, man, actually, I'm kind of like, I'm glad I was like a couple of minutes late setting this up because I had to get my breath back. But bro, you know when you eat for the first time after breaking your fast, it's mad. Like everything's so heavy. And like, I find it hard to breathe because I eat really fast. I just shove everything down me. Well, everything that's on the table goes straight down me within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, man. What'd you have today?
So we had, it's like, I don't know how to explain it in English, but it's like soft rice, basically. Not just like it's soft rice. Some grilled chicken, potatoes, some this, bro. Trust me, the Asian household. The food is like endless. Like there's stuff I didn't even touch. I ran upstairs. Plenty of food, man.
Man, I'm ready for that for the challenge, bro. I'm ready for the
I'm gonna set you up. You know, I'm thinking about who else I should set up, but you know, I keep forgetting. The thing is, what I'm meant to be doing is whilst I'm breaking my fast, I'm meant to be filming myself and going, all right, these are the people I nominate. But I always forget to do it.
Yeah, man. So I got Fuad's info right here. Fuad is the founder and content creator of Viper Sports on YouTube, and also a content creator for Behind the Gloves. So all those like dope thumbnails that you guys see on Behind the Gloves, and he does a lot of kind of breakdowns of fights and future fights and prospect fights, like news breakdowns and stuff. So Fuad's got a lot of good stuff. Man, talk about your channel and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. So Viper Sport originally started not way back, but I've not been in this game for long. I always forget. But once I really decided that I wanted to, pursue this in some sense, the first time I picked up a camera, I just needed a brand. So I branded myself. What's up, H Money? I branded myself, and I just went to these events, networked my way in. And so if anyone asked me what's your channel, what's your brand, I'd say, Viper Sport. And that's how I ended up meeting Michelle and got talking to her and ended up working for Behind the Gloves, which I still am. But yeah, right now what we're doing is the last year had been a bit slow for us because obviously, last year was crazy boxing wise. And it was my first proper year at Behind the Gloves. So I gave it everything in that aspect. But this year we're coming back with Viper Sport. We're bringing up the content again. We've got a lot of original content, a lot of different content. So just keep an eye out for that. If you don't subscribe, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And once quarantine is over, that's the main thing. Once this whole thing is over and we get back to normal, then I can start posting on the YouTube. But nonetheless, follow us on Instagram, and we've got a TikTok now as well. So jump on the TikTok.
Definitely check out the TikTok. Subscribe to the channel, and when the TikTok, I think you put like similar content on both, but the TikTok is hilarious, man. The TikTok is definitely your generation's thing, and you are excelling at it. So you are definitely.
I can see you want to do. I can see you. You said you were going to do that dance, the Savage dance.
I didn't say that.
I can see you pulling that off.
I don't know about that one. We'll see. We'll see about that one. But what's that?
It's still tripping me out. This camera.
Yeah, it's like backwards, huh? Yeah. H Money said Fuad, what's up, bro?
Yes, brother.
What's up, H Money? All right. So Fuad, I was working my ass off, man, and I set up a good USA versus UK. Shout out to Fuad too, by the way. Thank you for the for doing the thumbnail. I appreciate that, man. The thumbnail is beautiful. I love the thumbnail. Yeah,
bro.
Oh, see Fuad. Oh, see my Muslim brother. Respect. Hey, happy Ramadan.
Ramadan to you too, brother.
So, so I got a special. I really kind of dug deep. I know you know boxing from back in the day as well. So, and I know you're heavy UK, bro. So, here is my board. I'm gonna put it up on the big screen so that everyone could see it. And so, here I'll move the camera up so you can really see who's on here.
Now we're talking.
All right.
What are you telling me about?
Ahmed, Lewis versus Wilder. Andre Ward versus Joe Calzaghe, Hatton versus Gotti, both what's it called? Tyson's. We got Mike and Fury right there. Froch versus Tony, and Holyfield versus Hay, man.
Do you know what's crazy? A couple of these matchups we broke down on Behind the Gloves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we've broken down the Ward versus Joe Calzaghe one. Which one? We might be breaking down Lewis. No, we missed out Lewis versus Wilder. Holyfield versus Hay. No, I think the other one was.
Hold on, let me back in here. Oh man, here we go. There we go.
Froch against James Toney. That was the one. I think we didn't get that, but we had a Superman. I don't know if you saw it. We had a super middleweight bracket to win this prestigious belt in the building. Oh my God! Look how
the beauty of that thing right there.
This is a WWE replica belt, and this is now also known as the greatest championship on Behind the Gloves award. So now, whenever we present the show, I have this on my hand, and I wrap it up like a watch. Hold on, let me put it on properly. There we go. Oh no, it's not clicking. But on Behind the Gloves, when we break these down, there's no other sanctioning bodies. There's only one. And they win one.
That's it. It's undisputed, undefeated. That's it.
One name, one face,
one name, one champion.
That's it. Period.
But yeah, man, I figured I got I know Chico Corrales is more of a kind of 130, 135er. But I'll be honest, I couldn't think of an American featherweight like that could really kind of hang with Hamed. I was just that was kind of towards the end, but I figured Hamed, Chico was a good like power puncher kind of dynamic to it, you know what I mean?
There's plenty of arguments for that fight because you seen when Hamed sort of when his first real challenge in Barrera was the transition of like the bigger guys of the weight division, you know. Prince wasn't a big guy at all, especially at that weight division. If anything, if Prince was fighting nowadays, that type of body that he has is more suited for the lower weight divisions. I'm talking about super flyweight. So
really? You think so? You think he can bring it all the way down there?
Just because he's thick now, just because he's enjoying life now, his body as a featherweight, you know, really wasn't suited, in my opinion. He's smaller than me, bro. He's an inch shorter than me.
Really?
Yeah, he's small. So Barrera, see the body difference in that Barrera fight. Barrera was the real definition of nowadays sort of super featherweights. You know, they're big, they cut down to the weight. Hamed, not so much. He just had not because he had big legs. He was like that's why he had to cut more, but his size, his reach, and everything else really didn't suit that weight division. In this day and age, I think he'd have a hard time.
Yeah, I always thought he filled in pretty good. I didn't think the size was really an issue for Hamed. I think unfortunately we kind of we don't have like he didn't move, right? He didn't go up at all. He wasn't lower before that. You know, after Barrera, he had one fight and then that was it. So it's kind of it's a little hard to judge that one him because I feel like he didn't move around too much, but I think he was unarguably, you know, one of the biggest punches that featherweights ever had. Probably. I mean, he was devastating.
Unique. You know, that's what made him unique. His punch power was ridiculous. His punch power was something you couldn't figure out how. Well, actually thinking about it, he had huge legs. I go back to my point. Right. He had a lot of his strength was ridiculous for the weight. And yeah, that's what I mean. But going back to it, that fight makes a bit of sense. Chico Corrales was a tough fighter, man.
Yeah, Pablo, my boy Pablo, Pablo's actually the reason why I started going to the wild card, because I met Pablo in college, and he was going to the wild card, and he's Filipino. He like that was when Manny was at the wild card, and he told me, like, he was like, yeah, like I talked to Manny, like, because Manny's English wasn't that great then, but Pablo could speak Tagalog. And yeah, and so I remember he told me, he's like, yeah, come to the gym. And I went to the gym. I remember one of the first times I went by myself, I'm like jumping rope in the corner, and I kind of look at the center of the corner of my eye, and like this big head kind of walks through the door. And it's like more head than body, and it was Manny Pacquiao. It was Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, because Manny Pacquiao was still like a featherweight back then. So he's he's just always had a big head. I love Manny. He's got a big head.
Well, man, I want to see that guy back in action. I feel like I hope not, but I've got a bad feeling that this whole situation is gonna, it's inevitable, kind of kill the end of his career now.
Oh man, I mean, he is a little old. He's kind of an ageless wonder, but yeah, I mean, if I don't know how many fights Pacquiao really had left anyway. I'd say maybe one or two where he would be kind of at his top game, but who knows? I mean, I a lot of people, I was looking at a lot of old ring magazines getting these pictures, and I saw people writing them off like 10 years ago. People were like, Pacquiao's coming to the end of this, and it's like 2010. And I'm like, man, how wrong were they? You know what I mean? That's a good point Pablo made too. Like, Hamed had big legs similar to Pacquiao like that.
Yeah. They're sort of, they're sort of in the same bracket in terms of size-wise. But the thing I'm saying is the one fight we could go off was the Barrera fight. Barrera's fundamentals is A1. His size is big, is a big guy at that weight. And then he's sort of the generation now of featherweights that are bigger at that weight. So would Hamed, even with the skill set and power he had, mix it with the top elite guys right now? It's a strange one, but we'll look into it.
I guess that's kind of the question with generations too, right? Like, guys get bigger and all that stuff. But Pablo makes a good point. That's back when you could be in the gym when Pacquiao was there. Like, I'd be able to jump rope next to Pacquiao and stuff. Now, like, there's no way. You're like, there's like Secret Service in the front of the parking lot.
Seriously.
I mean, they're like, no, you can't come in. Like, well, now it's the bottom gym, and they just close that off, and no one could be around him now. But which for good reason. There's way too many.
Where is the wildcard gym?
What was that?
Where is the wildcard gym?
In Hollywood.
Okay, I need to check that out next time I'm there.
Yeah, brother. All right, man. You are going down, bro. UK versus USA. Here we go. How are you good at?
I brought my championship belt. And
are you good at Connect 4?
I used to play it years and years back when I used to have a thing. I'll be honest, I have not played it in so long, and I kind of like, I get the whole point of it, but let's go anyway. I mean, you're gonna go with me.
Yeah, I hadn't played it in forever either, but yeah, I figure people remember it. They're always gonna remember it.
Yeah, it's a classic game, bro. It's the main thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, brother. You go first, and then as we go along in the first round, we'll kind of talk about the matchups. And the whole game's like 2 out of 3. So then the next 2 games we'll just play, and actually probably just the next game, because I'm probably gonna sweep you, bro. This is gonna be 2-0 type situation right here.
Get out of here, man. Remind me one thing, because I've not played in so long. There isn't any extra rules. You just put them down where you need to, and then you try to connect them, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So let me take your banner off here. And all right, brother, go ahead. You, as my guest, you will get the first move. Go ahead.
So I just pick and then you put it in for me.
Yeah. You pick the matchup. I'll put it in for you. We'll talk about it a little bit, and yeah.
Okay, let's go for Froch versus Tony.
Ooh, I like that. Froch versus Tony. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
James Tony.
Go ahead.
James Tony is one of my favorite all-time fighters, man, in terms of that skill set that he carried throughout the weight divisions was stupid. And the funny thing is, right, so we're talking about James Tony at super middleweight fighting Carl Froch. The
Right.
super middleweight James Toney used to bang, bro. His power was ridiculous. As he moved up towards the end of his super middleweight career as well, because he found it hard to make the weight. And then as he moved up in weight, he still let his shots off, but he was more defensive and countering sort of thing. But when he was at his prime at super middleweight, my God, did he bang? Did he bang? Wow.
He's always kind of had that beautiful shoulder roll. But because, I mean, when you think that James went all the way up to heavyweight from middleweight, or super middleweight. Where did he start at? No, I think he started at middleweight, I believe. But
no, super, wasn't it?
It was super middleweight, yeah, that he started. So you could imagine the size of him already at 168. The fact that he eventually became a heavyweight, like the size on him already, and he was fast back then. Roy obviously gave him fits, but Roy was Roy. You know what I mean?
The reason behind that fight, though, he cut off stupid amount of weight the night before fighting Roy Jones. He was not fit to fight Roy Jones. In fact, if anything, he knows that. He said it in the fight interview, who's saying, "This is my last fight at super middle." It could have been a completely different topic if he was a peak super middleweight, but he really wasn't. He was nowhere near his best at that point when he fought Roy.
Who do you take in that one, Froch versus Toney?
We talk about Toney. You know what? I love Carl Froch in terms of just everything about. He fought in front of 80,000. If you remember, quite frankly,
against Grove.
Yeah. Did you not get the joke? Did you not get the point?
Oh, that what he said that, right? He said something about that, like
he's always like, I fought in front of 80,000. Do you remember? He was speaking to Mayweather on live TV. He goes, "So Floyd, when I knocked out George Groves in front of 80,000 fighters," like, bro, come on, man. He's always on it, just repeating that same fucking line. But yeah, let's talk about him. You know what, Carl Froch, when he got to that elite level, he had to dig out a lot of victories. He was on the brink of losing a few times. He's been dropped, but he had power. He had heart. He had this grudgy sort of coming forward style, but that didn't help him in terms of his chin was exposed a lot of the times. His defense was not the greatest. He'd attack, but it was very stiff, and his head was there. George Groves dropped him exactly because of that. It was a really good close fight with George, the first one. So for me to give him a chance to beat someone like James Toney, who had a masterclass defense, who had stupid amount of power, it's very hard to see that. Carl's a great ambassador. He has tons of heart, but I feel like if we're talking, it's just a complete wrong matchup for him, because power-wise, he doesn't match against Toney, in my opinion. And defense-wise, he doesn't match against Toney, in my opinion. So I'd probably have to go for James.
Yeah, it's crazy because Carl, I remember going into the Super 6, was considered one of the better fighters, but he definitely wasn't favored to win. Because I remember the favorites were Arthur Abraham and who was the Swedish dude?
Mikael Kessler.
Kessler, yes. But yeah, but to his credit, he made it to the end, and Andre, and I think that's kind of when you compare, like just like you said, I feel like James's slickness, his power at the time, especially when you kind of see, it's not like Andre Ward was necessarily slick, but Andre Ward definitely has kind of a boxing premise to his,
he just has the skill set, he just
right.
has the
Danish, yeah. Danish, not Swedish. Thank you, Pablo. Yeah, Danish, not Swedish. But yeah, I think I have to go with James on that one too. Pablo said it too. Best on best. James has got way too much for Carl. Carl's only chance here is if James doesn't train, which it is a possibility, like he says right here. It's always a possibility for sure. But yeah, I'll go with Froch. I'll go on Toney at that one too.
Yeah. Again, we're talking prime versus prime in terms of condition at super middleweight. I think a later James Toney, the James Toney that fought Roy Jones, would be a very close fight. I'd even give Carl probably a bit of an edge. But if we're talking prime v prime, you don't touch him.
Yeah, no, he was a monster. All right, man, let me go. I'm gonna go. That's the screen I want. I like this screen because I like being able to see your reaction, my reaction, all that. All right, let me see. I think I'm gonna go. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go Hatton Gotti here.
Oh, oh my God!
Talk about
Someone with a
that
headache. Someone is leaving with a headache. Oh
one.
God! Ah, you
that
know what?
go ahead.
That's just a pure fucking scrap. Like, forget technical ability. That's just crap.
I think
You bring this one up to me. Go on.
I think especially once it's just like a Gotti Ward type matchup. Like it's just as soon as someone hits somebody, it's gonna be like, all right, let's fight. Like let's like balls it out and let's see what like who's gonna end up on top. Um
Mm-hmm.
Gotti did have, I feel like maybe a little like more power at 140. He was I don't know. He did come up from 135. He still had good power at 140, but I don't know. That's a good fight. That's ending in a KO. Whoever wins, whoever has Hatton versus Gotti, no one's getting a decision in that fight. That's going to be a KO victory for whoever that is.
Yeah, for sure. It's a hard one to break down because I don't know.
Yeah, I like
You know.
Hatton's little kind of bouncy style, and I think if he were to try, kind of be disciplined as much as he can, because he had good polish on him. You know what I mean? Like he was like like when you think about Castillo at 140 that he fought, he did well against that. He fought when he had to, but if he didn't need to, he was boxing around. Constantzu was a little bit older, but he kind of beat up Constantzu. Like I don't know. I feel like Hatton would probably get the edge in that one. I think like.
Yeah, possibly.
Closing his eyes and throwing a left hook and landing, on Carl's mouth.
It's a hard one to think about because Gatti was he's just ridiculous, bro. Hatton was better than Ward overall, but not Mickey's chin. Exactly. There we go.
Yeah.
The thing with Hatton, he had, and he still to this day has a very, very lavish lifestyle. To this day, has a very, very, very lavish lifestyle. He's not disciplined, bro. And that can cost him against a person against someone like Arturo Gatti.
Yeah.
Hatton a shot.
I could definitely see Hatton getting, a knockdown in there or something. You know what I mean? Like getting dropping Hatton. It's going to be a competitive fight. It's not like one guy's going to wash the other. But I do feel that, yeah, like Pablo said right here, Hatton by liver shot in the 10th. I could see something like that. You know what I mean? Because Gotti would get hurt to the body pretty badly too. And little left hook to the body was real sneaky. The way he kind of bounced it in there right under the elbow. You know what I mean? Because his footwork would put him in the right place to really place it under people's elbow. I think I'd have to go Hatton with you there too, man.
For sure. I was thinking about Hatton now. I was watching back the Mayweather fight with Hatton, and that just goes to it went to show like the levels in boxing, how different it was. Even though they're both world fighters, the levels was just different. Hatton was doing the same thing over and over again. Mayweather just had to catch him with the left hook over and over again. Yeah. And then once he did catch it, now sweet flush, he headbutted the fucking corner.
That was it.
One of the best knockdowns, bro. But yeah, I think I agree with you on that one. I think Gatti edges that fight. Sorry, Hatton edges that fight.
Right. I was gonna say I feel like probably Hatton on that one. All right, brother, you're up next. What do you got?
Oh, I am gonna go for Holyfield versus Hay. That's sticking out to me.
Oh,
that's a dirty fight. That's a dirty fight. That's a very dirty fight.
Holyfield versus Hay. That's I think I gotta go with the American man on that one. I feel that Holyfield was undersized as a heavyweight.
But as a cruiserweight.
Yeah, as a cruiserweight, he was probably, kind of right the same size as all these other guys,
When we do these breakdowns, I usually check for like each stat. So I'm gonna check how tall each of these were, and it'll give me a better idea. Because obviously I know how they fight, but when it comes to breakdowns that never happened, it does always. You have to look into sort of size, stature, reach, and stuff like that. It always bothers me when I don't know, and I'm trying to put up an argument. So Hayes
trying to put up an argument.
Hayes stood at 6'3",
Okay.
and Holyfield stood at 6'2.5". So Hayes taller, Hayes bigger.
Well, by like 1.5 inches. Okay, so 6'3", Holyfield is.
And they've got the same reach.
Oh yeah, 6'2.5".
They've got the same. This is an interesting point. Oh my god, I actually have no answer for this one as of yet.
I feel that Holyfield's, even though we are talking cruiserweight, right? I do feel that Holyfield's. I mean, Holyfield beat. Okay, so let me put Holyfield's thing on the screen here. So Holyfield has, let's see, 6'2.5". Who Holyfield beat? Who was? I know it was a big cruiserweight. Was it Cowie or something like that? So these are.
Cowie was 5'7", bro. Cowie was tiny.
Yeah, Cowie was short. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the quality of cruiserweights that he beat. So we got Cowie twice. Carlos De Leon. For some reason, I remember that name. Michael Dokes. Oh, that was already a heavyweight. Was Dokes? That's a good fight, man. That's a good one. We got David Hay over here. I'll share David Hay's.
There's one common opponent in John Ruiz, but John Ruiz was older when he fought Hay. So let me see. Hasim right one. Old.
So we got David Hay's record on the screen now. 28-4, 26 KOs. Man, that's a lot of KOs though. He did not go. That fight, he also beat that dude, that Italian dude, Fragmomeni or something. Gurov. I feel
Chisora was younger back in the day as well.
Derek Chisora, yeah. Well, that was a heavyweight too. I'm trying to think of his cruiserweight. See, I want to say the biggest victory, or the biggest name he has, would be. Oh no, he beat Mormek. I forgot he beat Mormek. Yeah, no, he's a good. I mean, Hay was. Enzo Macronelli. That's what I'm talking about. Mormek, Macronelli. That's. I mean, that's. I definitely feel Holyfield on that one, but it is, it's an argument. I feel. Pablo said.
I'm going for a draw.
Pablo says Holyfield has a better resume. David has a notoriously poor gas tank. If David doesn't blast Evander out early, Evander starts taking Hayes' soul by the 8th. Maybe. I don't buy it. I will.
That's a fair argument.
The determination of Evander Holyfield was almost insurmountable. You're talking about like Riddick Bowe, who we went to war with 3 times. That's a big dude. It's a huge dude. I don't know. I feel Holyfield would have edged it out. Probably a decision, but I feel Holyfield might have kind of outworked them.
I don't see your argument in terms of how he held up with the bigger dudes. David didn't really do that. Like, his Klitschko fight was so disappointing.
Right. Yeah. So I think we are talking about cruiserweight, but I feel like you have to put in the
they did their mark at heavyweight though. Even though they won titles at cruiser, their real mark was at heavy.
Right. Exactly. And I think obviously the person who made the bigger mark was Holyfield. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point. He took shots from Tyson, Lewis, Foreman, and Mora. Hayes' power isn't. Yeah, but then again, we've never taken one on the chin from David Hay, and he has 26 knockouts, so it's hard to sort of,
Yeah.
You took a shot from one of these guys, and then I'll be like, all right, go on, David, hit me again. Then we might put an argument up for it, but it's a difficult one to sort of edge, Everyone has different opinions on that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. But Holyfield. I guess Holyfield also is just because he was very good at both weight classes too. Kind of tells something. You know what I mean? Like he beat Cowie. He beat twice. At that weight class, became undisputed. I want to say at that weight class. Hey became undisputed at cruiserweight as well, didn't he? Or was he missing one?
Let me check.
Let's see.
He became unified.
Unified. Okay, yeah. See, like I'm pretty sure. I think Holyfield only had to deal with 3 belts at the time, but he was undisputed though at the weight class.
Yeah, Hay had WBC, WBA, and WBO. He was missing IBF. Okay.
Oh no, I'm up. Wait, yeah, I'm up. Yeah. I'm gonna go Chico Hamed here.
Oh, the one we spoke about.
Yeah. So I do think that I think you're right as far as hold on, let me get this. I think you're right as far as Chico was 130 pounds. Hamed obviously lived at 126. I do think that's a great fight, though. I feel that Chico's going down in this fight, like at some point, because Hamed's power was just.
Wow. He was there to be hit, wasn't he? Chico was good, but he was always there to be hit.
Yeah, he would get hit. Chico would fall down. He'd get up all the time, which is part of the problem. And I think, that I think would maybe be the undoing of Hamed, because I feel that Hamed definitely was kind of wild. And if you were to catch Chico and drop him, I think it's be like, all right, it's over. And we also what happened with Castillo. I think Chico's never out of it until he's out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Chico's got exactly point proven there. He's got 33 KOs from 40 wins. That's a very high KO percentage as well. So if we're talking about Hamed's power, we got to talk about Diego's power here, because it's serious, bro.
Incredible, bro. And those are some iron chin people like Casamayor. I want to say was never knocked down prior to Corrales. I want to say Corrales.
Another thing about Hamed is when he reached, we were just saying when I said earlier, when you reach that level of fighting, what's the dude's name now? The guy he lost to, Barrera. When he did lose to Barrera, see the fights before that. See the Kevin Kelly fight. Kevin Kelly, again, not a world beater, but a well-level fighter at the time. Even he dropped him. He got dropped by what's his name? It was a fight in England, I can't remember, but he knocked the guy out at the end. But he got dropped by him as well. He was reckless, man. And I always, you know what? I learned a lot of my skills and trades from the Ingle gym, and I've always been inspired by Prince's sort of technique and style. But you compare it to someone like even Chico Corrales, is like he's got enough fundamentals to give him a real go, even though he's there to be hit. He's a bigger guy. He's heavy-handed, and Hamed's been hit and dropped as he was getting higher through the levels. People were starting to find him out because think about it. Originally when you had this little Arabian dude who was dancing around, moving his head, doing some neck. You're just taking back
the entrance, the crazy entrances and all that. Yeah,
the ring, and you're just like, the fuck am I meant to do here? So all your training goes out the window. You couldn't prepare for him until you started going through the levels and started getting found out a little bit. That's why when people mention like if he fought Lomachenko, I'm like, Lomachenko would probably just move around him. It's a discussion that seems strong, but it really isn't, because Loma's just a different type of fighter. Going back, Diego Corrales had the tools to beat him, but could he stay alert, or would he be taken by everything that Prince does?
Man, that would be one of those, like, if we had a time machine and could put on a matchup, that would be one that I think everyone would be sitting down on their, like, glued to the TV and be like, who would take that one? Because that's just a fun fight. And I love Hamed's trash talk. Like the way Hamed could talk and just like BS and like, it was funny. Like I respect people. If you're talking crap but you're funny, Even if you're talking crap about me, I think it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he had that. He had the flair that you need in boxing. Can you imagine if he was around nowadays with social media and everything? Oh my God, he would be 10 times the star he was. 10 times. It was such a shame to see how he fell off though, because really, even though he took that loss, if he found a way to sort of manage himself, he retired early. He retired at like 30, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
very early. It was. I think he only had one fight after the Barrera fight,
I
and
think
he kind of lightweight struggled, and then that was it. He didn't fight anymore after that.
Yeah, he had
Raul. I was talking to my buddy Raul. This is Raul Flores right here, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go USA versus UK." He's like, "Bro, just bring up Frank Bruno." What's your opinion about Frank Bruno there?
Frank was a sort of an ambassador for UK boxing for sure. Without Frank, the history wouldn't be what it is, you know. Yeah, he wasn't the greatest heavyweight of our time, and especially because when he went over to America and got knocked spark out by Mike Tyson twice. That's why you Americans like, who is this tea drinking weirdo coming from across the pond? Hey, who does he think he is?
He can get back over there.
That's what you Americans think, though. You'll see this British dude with a big, like, nice body, and then he comes and he gets sparked out by Mike Tyson twice, embarrassing twice. But bro, Mike was a different caliber of a fighter. He's the greatest of all time, one of the greatest of all time. So it's hard to judge Bruno like that. But Bruno is definitely one of Britain's ambassadors. Look, all American fighters weren't the greatest. You know, we'll spark some of your American fighters out. Remember Jeff Lacey? Remember Jeff Lacey?
Who's that?
Exactly. Jeff Lacey was picked to be Joe Calzaghe's biggest test to date. Calzaghe just slapped him around, man. Slapped him around.
That Joe, someone should have saved Jeff Left Hook Lacey in that fight because he was getting beat up. He was getting beat up pretty bad. That was, yeah, that was basically the end. Like he didn't fight. I don't think he got another big victory after that. I mean, obviously he didn't beat Calzaghe, but prior to that, he was kind of on his way. Obviously, I want to say he was a champion already. He had one of the belts, but man, that the Calzaghe ended the Jeff Left Hook Lacey story for sure. I love that you had Jeff Lacey under your belt, like ready.
Sprinkle that bullshit on you, bro. Try come at me, and I've got my ammo ready. Yeah. Listen, oh my God, my boy Left Hook.
Bro, me and Raul were like we were hyped on Jeff Lacey, and we're like, finally, Lacey's gonna spark this like English dude. We don't have to hear about this fool anymore. And we were watching it and just getting sadder and sadder as like the rounds were going on, because Calzaghe put a beating on poor Jeff Lacey, man.
Calzaghe was different, man. Calzaghe was a unique fighter in every terms. He was just very special fighter.
Definitely.
And I would have loved to see him compete nowadays. You know, I really reckon he would have given a lot of these guys a good run for their money.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, let's see. I believe you are next. Let me. But there we go. Let me get rid of this one. Yeah, we did meet Jeff Lacey in Vegas. He was real cool dude. Real cool dude.
All right. Do we have to fill out the bottom line first, or can I just?
No, play, bro. You're just playing. So whatever you got to do to win, we'll go along. But
I'm gonna put another one in Holyfield versus Hay.
Holyfield versus Hay again. All right. I think. Let's see. I'm gonna go Ward. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ward versus Calzaghe, being what we were just talking about. Ward versus Joe. Let's see. I'll Pablo. God, I gotta get that one right. If Calzaghe could punch worth a damn, then Left Hook would be what would have been saved by getting knocked out. I mean, that just it wasn't his thing. He didn't need to hit hard. He'd hit you with a million punches. Like he did, he didn't. He was just an overwhelming boxer. He doesn't have the power punch, the power punch ability, which that's just his style. Like if he can overwhelm people by throwing a shitload of punches at him, man, that's all better
ability,
too.
his ability was underrated as well. Kawasaki as well, Shay. Yeah, his ability, his actual skill set was underrated because of the way he fought. He still did have the defense, not exactly the classic, but his head movement was there. He was just like a better version of Carl Froch, in my opinion.
Carl Froch is a little like crude, I think, like because he fights kind of like
hence better version.
Right, right, yeah. I think Kawasaki's athleticism was probably underrated. His footwork was really good.
He had the fundamentals unlocked. He had the fundamentals unlocked before he actually did his overwhelming work. That was amazing.
He also his chin was pretty good too, because he got dropped by Roy in the first round of their fight, but got up, won the rest of that fight. Got dropped by, I want to say, by Hopkins as well, but got up and beat him up. Kawasaki is definitely underrated, and he retired undefeated. And I think sometimes there's kind of that, kind of like, well, like, did you, not necessarily did he fight people, because he obviously did, but because we never saw him have to like test against adversity, I guess.
It's one of those situations, though, when you look at it, who in that era could he have fought that would have, solidified him? He ended up fighting Roy and Bernard later on, and it was his latter fights of his career as well. But during his prime years, who else could he have fought apart from the opponents put in front of him?
Oh yeah.
It goes back to when we're talking about the Klitschko's, for example. Who they fought everyone that was there, that was presented to them, and so they had to fight the bigger guys. Vladimir had fought Sam Peters. He fought Brian Jennings. He fought all these guys that really aren't, extraordinarily world level unified championship type of fights. But then when those fights did come around, Fury, Joshua, he did end up fighting those guys. So it's just one of those things where you can't really blame the fighter for.
Yeah. No, Kawasaki is arguably one of the all-time greats, I feel, in at super middleweight. Oh, but we didn't even get to the matchup, because it was Kawasaki versus Ward. What do you think about Ward? That fight,
mate. Listen,
that's a
Andre Ward. Andre Ward will be spoken about for years and years to come. It's just we've just seen the end of him now. So who knows? He might be coming back, but we've just seen his career sort of finish now. So we're not really speaking about him as highly as he deserves to be spoken about. That man was great. I'm telling you. And it was unfortunate because we didn't get to see more of him because of his injuries and everything that kept him out of the ring for so long. But look, he took on everyone. He was in the Super 6. He won the Super 6. He went up, fought Kovalev, got dropped by Kovalev, got up, beat him as well twice, knocked him out in the second fight. Or stopped him, or whatever you want to say. But listen, he is an all-time great. And it's funny because we had Roy against Andre Ward, I think, and them two are the greatest super middleweights, in my opinion. Like, it's untouchable. Roy didn't achieve as much at super middleweight, but if we're talking about skill set, he was. I don't see how Kawasaki can overwhelm Andre Ward. Ward can adapt to any situation.
I would have loved to seen that, because I feel that Kawasaki is so busy that it would have maybe been one of the funnest Andre Ward fights we would have ever seen, because well, Pablo said right here, I think Ward takes it too versatile. I understand that, but I also think, like, because he is very polished, he's beautiful, he really is beautiful in there. But when someone's coming at you with like a multitude of punches, like he's gonna have to scrap. He's gonna have to, like, get him off of him somehow. And I think that would have been a lot of fun to see.
Do you think so, though? Because I see, this is how I see the fight going. I see the first few rounds, Kawasaki putting it on him, and Ward trying to find those little pockets of space and what he can do. After the third and fourth round, he starts taming Calzaghe down. When Calzaghe wants to come forward, he'll do something in that split second just before he'll put Calzaghe off. And it's hard to bet against the man. It's hard to bet against either of them because they're undefeated, but it's even harder to bet against the other undefeated guy in Andre Ward when he's fought everyone. And also he has one of the best skill sets, arguably, of all time. Arguably.
That's such a good fight. Like that's one of those. It wouldn't necessarily be like a barn burner per se, but it's good. It's really like a chess match, and it's really like whose skill set is going to overcome the other person. You know what I mean? And it might. What's good about that is that's when kind of people's wills get in it. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, like his style's beating me at this, like I'm not gonna let it. And then the other guy's gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna let it. And then the fight actually starts kind of breaking out a little bit. You know what I mean? Raul says the moment Calzaghe dropped his hands and started head bobbing you. That's true, man. He remember when he did that to like Roy and Bernard, and
that
it was
one of the most iconic things, bro. To do that to Roy Jones Jr. and get away with it is so stupid. How do you that is ridiculous, man. Like it's like dancing in front of Prince Nassim. Like no one ever did it because it's unthinkable.
For sure. Let's see. Andre also knows how to make things ugly. One of my favorite things about Andre is that he knows how to tie up a guy and then beat. Yeah, it's true. That's very true.
But that's the thing. He can adapt to any situation, and if that's the situation he would have to adapt to. Easy as pie, he'd adapt to it. He showed that time and time again. Even through adversity against Kovalev at a higher weight division, he got dropped for the first time, recovered, found a way to win.
Found a way, man. Find a way.
Mayweather always found a way to win, and it's so hard even to this day to bet against him. Even as a to this day, even at 41 years old or whatever he is, he'll still give a lot of these guys challenges. I'm not saying he'd beat them, but he's one of those fighters.
No, definitely.
Let me just save myself real quick. Where's the screen? I can't see it. The comments there. Okay. Yeah, I want it on Lewis Wilder, please.
Lewis. Where are we at? Lewis Wilder. Here we go. Ooh.
Heavyweight armor. Okay, I'll be honest with you. This one's easy for me. Look, I put up a good fight for Deontay Wilder the other day on our show, and he deserves all respect. The man's fucking dropped everyone that's been in front of him. You can't, I think he can drop Lewis as well. But Lewis was, he's one of those history fighters as well. When we talk about Andre Ward, talk about Lewis, bro, because this guy, he had different eras of him as well. The early day Lewis is very unappreciated. He did things which were unorthodox for a heavyweight. Go back and watch old tapes of Lennox Lewis fight. He does Lomachenko style step asides, and you're like, what the fuck? Why hasn't no one ever spoke about this? He did have his faults in terms of, his chin was exposed. That's what changed when he went to Emmanuel Stewart. But he had different versatile things that he can do, and he was just a big lump. He was just big. He was jacked. So,
and he was big and thick, like he was, you know what I mean? He wasn't like Wilder's a big guy, but he's kind of skinny. Like Fury, a huge dude, but he's kind of pudgy. Like Lewis was like a thick, muscular dude who could still move fast. His feet were like he wasn't like heavy footed or anything. Lewis is an all-time great heavyweight. There's no argument about it. Yeah,
I agree with you. And also, you have to think about it though. If heavyweight fights, especially, me and my guy from the combat were talking about it when we were breaking this fight down. Is if they fought 10 times, I assure you that Wilder knocks him out a few times. It's bound to happen.
Right.
If he dropped one of the best boxers of all time in Tyson Fury, he'll drop Lennox Lewis, no doubt in my mind. But Lennox had, again, another one of those fights. I feel like I've said it a few times tonight, but he was another one of those fighters that had his fundamental. I'm like, come on, this one's easy, Lennox all day. Look, it's easy to say it like that, but no one expected Fury to get dropped when you faced off against Deontay. If he's dropped every single person, 41 people he's faced, he's dropped everyone. How can you go against the man? Come on.
Yeah, man.
But,
Go ahead.
Yeah, you were saying.
Oh no, I think I think you're right. I think at a if they fought 10 times, Wilder's winning a grip of the like that's a good fight. I definitely think Lewis is probably more polished, but you just can't get hit. Like, don't get hit. Like, he could never get hit by you know what I mean? Like because Wilder's power, Wilder grazes people and like jacks people up. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have to hit people clean. Like that first knockdown that he knocked down Fury with was kind of like he kind of hit him on the side of the head or something, didn't it? What was like something like that, and Fury went down.
It wasn't. It's not about landing flush, for him. Also, just grazing people. David Hayes said he was one of the hardest hitting people he's ever been in the ring with.
Really?
So, yeah, he's one of the and bear in mind, David sparred him with 18-ounce gloves on and fucking head guard. So imagine him saying, "Whoa, that's a hard hit right there." But no, the unfortunate thing about Deontay Wilder is he doesn't, and I don't get it, man. Please explain this to me. How, after 41 fights, after winning bronze in the Olympics, can you not polish up your skill? I've not fought a day, right? I've not fought in a ring, but I've been training for 3 years. I think my fundamentals are probably better than Deontay Wilder's. Sorry, I'm going to say it out loud. He'll probably knock me out anytime we get into the ring. That's just right. I'm not saying he'd beat me, but I feel like I've got more fundamentals than the guy. The only thing that's improved about Deontay Wilder over the years is the way he utilizes his jab, right? That has kind of improved over the years. He's kind of learned how to flick it out. Even then, it's still a bit weird how he does it, but he's learned to use it more, learned to measure the distance a bit more. But how do you not learn to keep your hands nice there and use your hips and your torso to throw and duck and weave? Bro, these are fundamentals. Who's coaching him? Coaches are meant to be good. What's going on? Beyond me.
It's power punchers. A lot of the time they don't have to, man. Like that, and I think that's kind of why.
I get it. Big dick energy. He's knocked out 41 people. He's gonna carry this big dick energy. But look what happened to the big dick energy when he got backed up against Tyson Fury, and now everyone knows the game plan. Let me tell you this: I think Andy Ruiz on his good day whoops Deontay Wilder.
Whoops him, huh?
Whoops him, bro.
I definitely think Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder is a good. I could definitely see Andy Ruiz would definitely give Wilder problems for sure because Andy Ruiz's hand speed is hard to deal with. It's especially
Andy Ruiz is my favorite heavyweight in terms of style. I love him. Yeah. I'll say it out loud. I'm an AJ fan because I sort of, I've been an avid supporter of him since before the media game, but Andy Ruiz's stupid style, bro, I love it. He's stocky and head movement is just brilliant, bro. It's just A1. And look, his game plan is to back people up. The one way of beating Deontay Wilder is back that motherfucker up because his shot power is not there anymore. Once he's backed up, he can't land the shot properly. Even Luis Ortiz did it to him. Luis Ortiz backed him up. He just didn't have the finishing way of style. Even the second fight when he was beating him, the one thing Luis Ortiz did wrong was turn his back and go against the ropes himself and give Wilder the leverage of space behind him so he can actually throw that shot. And that's when he got knocked out. But before that, every other round, when Ortiz was staying away from the shot, being in front of Wilder, Wilder had no idea what to do.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game to play with Deontay Wilder, and so far only one person's been able to do it. And he's also, and that person is just a phenom himself, like in being 6'7" and like 275 pounds, but still be able to move like fleet-footed like that. So yeah, I think Lennox definitely gets the edge in that one.
What about Molina though, bro? Molina caught him. Molina rocked him. Eric Molina rocked Deontay Wilder. Spilka even had good spells. Come on. Some spells.
All right, here we go. Let me. All right, I am up next. Let's see. I am going. I think I'm gonna go Han Gotti again. All right, who do you got?
Hold on, let me have a look at this board right now. You know, I was so close to giving you the game one already because I was thinking to put my one in somewhere else, and I was like, "Oh my god, he is one away from Connect 4. Oh my god!" I woke up. See, my championship is motivating me to not give you the edge.
Yeah, bro. I see that.
Where am I gonna go? It has to be a straight line, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be right. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Holyfield Hay again.
Holyfield Hay. All right, I'm gonna go Holyfield Hay.
Bitch. Oh, you're snoozing. I'm gonna go. Frotch Tony.
Frotch Tony. Okay. What are you doing over there? What do you got cooking over there on that side of the board? All right, I'm gonna go Hat and Gotti.
Yeah, Hat and Gotti again, please.
All right, Hat and Gotti. And then I'm going Frotch Tony. All right, you're up.
Oh fuck. Oh no. Shit. Oh my god.
Starting to unravel, bro. You're starting to unravel. You're gonna have to mail me that belt.
Go Ward versus Joe Calzaghe.
Ward versus Joe Calzaghe. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. That's the move I was gonna go with. All right. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go Frotch Tony. Oh, I like that Frotch Tony move on my part.
I want to go Holyfield Hay.
Holyfield Hay, all right. Okay. Let's see. We'll go Joe versus Ward.
God damn.
A good game.
You've met your match, Stephen.
Man, Cynthia was way better than I thought, or than I expected. Because Cynthia whooped me. Well, I at least won one game. I'm gonna get that rematch with Cynthia soon.
She wants the contract. Frotch Tony, please.
Frotch Tony. All right. She's gonna want the 60-40 split. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, actually, I just thought of something. Oh, yeah. It's game time. Game time.
Oh no!
Yes, sir. Where do you want to go, bro? You're delaying the inevitable here.
No! I didn't realize it was Oh man.
Yes, sir.
Mike Fury.
Mike Fury. And the win The win by KO.
You know what? I'm gonna be humble and defeat.
On the
Round
full
one,
screen. Yeah, you got to mail me that belt, bro.
that was so annoying.
Look at that beautiful thing right there. Woo! Beautiful.
Wow. You came from both edges, didn't you?
I did. That's when I realized that.
You were like,
why?
shut up, bitch. What up?
Yeah.
What
When
up,
I did that, I was like, wait. I was like, why am I avoiding it? I was like, I see why he's avoiding it. I was like, but why am I avoiding it? Because I got the both 2 stacks right there. Speaking of Mike Fury, or Mike Tyson versus Tyson, which is funny because I just saw the Ring Magazine. The Ring Magazine cover is Tyson versus Tyson this time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, look at my boy Raul. Did you see that?
Oh, wow.
Wow, bro. A young Mike. A young Mike in here.
Heat. I'm like Frank Bruno. Gone.
Yeah, so Tyson versus Tyson, man.
These are listen, first and foremost, both greats. Both greats. I don't care what people say about Tyson Fury. He's going down as an all-time great.
I agree. I definitely agree.
He's in the same breath as Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, in my opinion.
I think he has more to prove.
No, he has. Obviously, he's still there, but he's in the build. He's in. He's beaten two champions 3 times, in my opinion. He's got a good resume. He's got the most unorthodox heavyweight style we've seen from a 6'9" heavyweight. And so far he should be mentioned in that breath. And once he fights Joshua, even if he loses, if he puts up a good fight, still goes down as a great.
Do you think he loses to AJ?
I don't want to comment on that fight.
Sorry. Well done. Good job.
I ain't going to say on that one.
Yeah.
That one's one of the. If that doesn't happen here in Britain, then I'm never forgiving Eddie Hearn and Frank and Bob. I'm never gonna. Don't know how many years I'm gonna be working in boxing, but I'm gonna start my interviews off with this if they do it. Fuad here back on Behind the Gloves. This waste. He's a money grabbing prick. But how money grabbing prick? How are you? I ain't gonna forgive them, bro. I'm gonna spit every single time I have to mention their name.
Yeah, that one has to happen. That one definitely has to happen. All right, let's go again. Let me clear the board real quick.
I'm excited for this one.
All right, round 2. Might make another sweep out of Fuad here.
Did you sweep anyone else?
I swept Giandra.
Oh, yeah. Too.
Yeah, Giandra. And Cynthia won the first one. She won the first game. I won the second game. And then she actually won the third game. So, all right, I will go first. All right, let's see. So I'm going to go Hat and Gotti here. Oh, let me put the screen back up. Let me take this. All right. Who?
Hat and Gotti.
Hat and Gotti as well. I'm going to go Holyfield here.
Mike versus Fury.
Who was that?
You heard. Don't play mind games with me, boy. You heard.
No, I really missed it. Who was it?
Fury. Tyson Fury.
All right. Mind games.
You trying to play some mind games with me, boy? It ain't happening. Who next?
Let's see. Wow, that's high praise, but the same realm as Ali. Yeah, not yet. Top 3 UK fighters of all time for sure. Ooh, I still don't put him above Lennox. Do you put Tyson above Lennox? Tyson Fury?
It's the same argument when you say that I shouldn't be mentioning him in the same breath, or saying that I shouldn't be mentioning should be mentioning him in the same breath as Ali. Tyson still. I agree with you. He still has something else to prove because Lennox did beat Mike, and Mike is one of the greatest of all times. You know, even though Mike was old, but still.
Right. All right. Let me see. I am going. Bro, why did you go Fury Mike? What are you doing over there? Get out of there. Get out of my area over here. Get out of my side of the board.
Playing with me today. I'm on game. I'm on game, sir.
I think I'm gonna go Chico Hamid.
Ward Gatti, please. Sorry, Ward Joe.
Ward Joe. All right, I'm not liking your style right now. Your style's bugging me.
Come on, bro. I just had a warm up round. Let's go.
Go ahead. Taking a lot of time there, bro.
Yeah. We gotta think this one through, because it's a game of two halves, right. And if you don't think correct, if you put a foot wrong, she gonna go sell for you, So hey, how about a new challenge while we play this game? I can only talk in the American accent and you can only talk in the UK accent. Come on, brother.
Try it. We can try it. We could try it.
Listen, man. Look, I'm gonna whoop your ass, man. Shit, you don't know what's coming to you, bro. Brother, you better tighten up, man. Goddamn. I'm from Texas, Us homies down there, we don't play no games.
You're bloody finished. You're bloody finished, mate.
Sugar. Let me see. If I put that there, you'll put one there. Then I put one there. Yeah, go Chico Hamed for me as well, please.
Chico. Okay, I'm gonna go Ward Joe.
I'm gonna go Ward Joe as well.
Ward Joe as well. Damn, I didn't see that one coming. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Now I remember where I was going. Do I still want to do that? Yeah. All right, go ahead and got it here.
Lewis versus Wilder, please.
Bro, you're doing an American. Oh shit, I'm doing an American next. What'd you say? I'm sorry. What?
You heard me, man. Why are you trying to play games with me, fool? Come on, man.
What in the bloody hell did you say? Actually, who was
Lewis versus Wilder? Let's go.
Wilder. All right. Let's see.
Here's a question for you. Mid-game. Here's a question for you. Okay. Who wins, Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua?
I probably lean more Wilder, I think.
Explain why, sir. Explain why.
I feel that.
Just post for the camera. I'm putting one on the story so people can, if they're not.
Yeah.
If people aren't tuned in yet. If you're not tuned in, go ahead and click the link in my guy's bio and catch us playing Connect 4. He's winning right now in the second round.
I'm winning. I already won. I already won in your mind. I feel like I already dominated.
While he's doing the calls like you have down head bubble, he's playing mind games. Yes, sir. Be out here, sir. Tell me, Steve, why do you think Anthony Joshua beats Wilder? Come on. Talk to me, bro.
I mean, I feel I don't. I mean, yeah, I feel that his. I don't know, man. That's like if they were to fight like next. I guess I'm thinking realistically, like I really doubt it happens. I think you and I have talked about this before. Huh?
Let the ego go. Release your ego, man. Come on. Release your ego.
I feel the power is going to be too much. I feel that like we were saying, all he has to do is grace people, and I feel that Joshua gets up when he's been knocked down. But Deontay Wilder's power is just different, man. I feel like his power is just different now. Now the fact that kind of the Fury fight has happened. And like you said, like people see that, okay, kind of pressuring Wilder is kind of, like a strategy that he's not used to. One, I think I feel he'll adapt somewhat to it and figure something out about that. But isn't AJ and Wilder about the same height? Aren't AJ and Wilder about the same height? Yeah. See, I don't think AJ's faster than him. Tyson's faster than Wilder, I think. I don't think Wilder's faster than I'm sorry, I don't think AJ's faster than Wilder.
What concept? He never really put a 3-punch combination together. So if you're talking about speed, Wilder's not the speed that he has, yes, is his backhand. What else has he shown you in speed?
That's what I was telling you. He doesn't throw punches and combinations though, where you're really thinking like, oh, okay, he has like fast hands like throughout or anything, because he doesn't throw a lot of combinations like that. But when he throws his hands, I feel like they're I don't think he's faster. I don't think AJ's faster.
Have you seen AJ? When he does let his hands go.
Yeah.
When he does, listen. People talk about Anthony Joshua's chin, right? He got dropped against Vladimir Klitschko when he came in. Muscle upon muscle, he was still adapting to that sort of muscle that he put on. He's facing one of the biggest mind game players of the generation, and it was more so not chin, but more so adapting to his physical things and how exhausted he was in that fight because of Klitschko's skill. Now, if you look back, before he got dropped, he was getting caught with shot after shot, cleaner shots than probably the one that dropped him the way it did, but he still stood up. Okay, that was one fight. The Ruiz fight, when he gets dropped, he gets caught in the equilibrium. Like he can't recover from that. And when he did get caught against Povetkin, it was more like a whoop, off guard. Right, let's get back into it. So when they talk about his chin, it's not like an Amir Khan weak, brittle chin where if you touch it, he's gone, because he's really not. Now, let me show you how the fight goes. Joshua's got fundamental for days. He'll keep his guard up nice and tight. And as long as he doesn't, it's all about inches, right? Because if Wilder does get it, it's a fair argument. He's dropped 41 people. He can drop Anthony Joshua. He can stop Anthony Joshua. But if Joshua comes in with the right fundamentals, at a right weight is going to matter as well. So a bit heavier than the Andy Ruiz fight, but nowhere near the Klitschko fight, because that will fuck him up. If he comes in at that weight, or heavier or around that weight, he's fucked. He has to be in the middle, so he can be able to move, but also use his power and speed. So if he can learn to adapt to Wilder's this, as soon as Wilder's inside, left right uppercut, left hook, and then he just opens up, and Wilder does the funny dance.
I see. The thing is, like Fury was able to do what he did with Wilder for a few reasons. One, he's very fast. He was really big, and he outweighed. He put on a lot more weight, and he was still fast at that weight. So, and his feet were still fast. He was still able to kind of bounce in and out, things like that.
Actually bigger, though. He's
actually taller than Wilder.
Yeah, he's one out of the lot.
Yeah, and he's taller than Wilder. The issue I see with AJ is I don't think he'll be able to keep Wilder off of him for a full 12 rounds, and I don't think he's gonna attack Wilder like that. I don't think he want because when you look at the second Ruiz fight, right, when we were in Saudi Arabia, little little humble brag there when we were in Saudi Arabia. But
what a journey that was, eh?
When we were in Saudi Arabia, even when Andy would finally kind of catch up to AJ and throw his flurries or whatever, like AJ wanted no part of it. Like once he got hit, he was like, "Let me hold on to you and keep kind of my boxing game going," which as he shouldn't have.
Exactly, that was his plan though. He wanted to
right
him off for 12 rounds.
Yeah,
and he didn't just run, bro. Even in that first round when he caught him with a sweet backhand and cut his eye open. Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
that was AJ, and there you go. Though that goes to show he's prevailed that he can do different things in the ring. He can run away from Wilder. He can box inside. He can show, bro. What has Wilder shown apart from the one punch, which is successful most of the time? But Josh was showing different sides of his games.
I don't see AJ being able to say like box the way he did with Andy with Wilder because Wilder's too big. Yeah,
I don't see it.
And so what's the other option? To come at Wilder with your questionable chin? Like, are you even going to want to do that?
He'll do what he did against Carlos Takam. Against Carlos Takam was a smaller guy as well, but he didn't hold off against Carlos Takam. He boxed him, and then when he got the chance, he jumped on Carlos. But the different thing is with Wilder is a bit more of his height, so he's not punching down, because when he's punching down, you're a bit more suspect. He's punching directly at Deontay Wilder, and I feel like Deontay is not, that's the one thing he can't handle when someone comes forward. And I reckon Joshua gets him out of there. But don't get me wrong, I am still very close with this fight because I won't be a contradiction and say he's going to, it's one-way army, Anthony Joshua all the way. It's a scary fight because either of them can get stopped.
Yeah. Raul said, I think the Fury fight took too much out of Wilder. This fight would make or break for Wilder. I still think AJ's youth and fundamentals would help him prevail. Yeah, I mean, shit, my boy thinks you're right. Plus his size. Oh, Pablo had this question for you. For what?
What do you guys in the UK think of Eubank Jr.? A lot of people don't like him. A lot of majority do. There's a split. I like Eubank. I think his voice, boxing-wise, he's not the greatest boxer, but he has his style, which I appreciate, especially when I first started watching him. I was a big fan of Eubank because he was different. He wasn't your average boxer, flashy, weirdly way of fighting. The thing about Eubank is he's the Deontay Wilder of the UK in terms of a bit different, but he still needed work on his boxing. Listen to me. Not the power. I'm talking about how Deontay still hasn't, gone back and worked on his fundamentals. Eubank has, especially now he's with Roy. Roy's making him spar with just the left hand. So, we'll see him prevail over time. I think he's still got a few years ahead of him. So the interesting fights with Charlos and that will be interesting. But, if he does what he's shown so far, it won't be good for him because he's acted one-dimensional at times and he needs to learn how to adapt and actually box. But I like him. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great character as well. And the sport needs him. I love the Eubanks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I met the senior did I meet senior somewhere? Yeah, senior was at something in Vegas. They were both there.
Probably.
But yeah,
they always
badge on.
Yeah, the police badge.
Yeah, the police badge. Yeah. All right, you are up, my friend. Hold on. Let me move the comment. Is it you or me?
I'm sure you know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's my turn because I went first. No, yeah, I went first. So then, and we're 6 and 6, so it's my turn. All right. Go Ward Joe, I believe. Yeah. All right. What do you got? What you got? I like the seriousness you're taking of this game right here.
Serious? What about you?
Yeah, I like that.
I think I'm going to go with Mike versus
Fury. Mike versus Fury. All right. That was definitely the right call on your part. Damn, you're being kind of annoying, Fuad. You just last time you just went away pretty easy. This time you're taking a little longer.
Needs to warm up, bro. Just needs to warm up. Come on.
All right, I'm gonna go Mike versus Fury. What you got?
If you're going Mike versus Fury, then I'm going to go with. I'm gonna go. Let me see. You got Mike versus Fury. I will go Hatton versus Guy.
Hatton versus Gotti. All right. Oh, I got my boy Raul has a question for you here.
Raul's playing them mind games. Audley Harrison is actually living out in your sides of the world in LA at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, he's chilling out in LA. He does poker. He plays a lot of poker. He's actually good friends with David Hay, his old enemy, and they actually play poker together. He helped David with his new documentary. If you've not checked it out, David versus Goliath, and David's now a poker player as well. So yeah, he plays a lot of poker, I guess, in LA.
What happened with Audrey Harrison? He was like real, like kind of like the next Lennox Lewis there for a while, and I don't even.
Yeah, it was because he was coming right off Lennox's back in terms of Lennox just finishing his career and Audley was going through. And Audley was so good in the amateur days that when he got signed, Eddie Hearn actually signed him, and it was one of Eddie's major first signings as a promoter. So everyone was like, oh, this new boxing king. And it turned out that as a professional, Audley just wasn't it. He wasn't the one, you know?
Yeah.
It was one of those classic situations of you're a great amateur, but you're not a good pro.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I found a Ring magazine yesterday that had Audrey Harrison, Joe Messi, and Dominic Gwynn on it on the cover, and I was like, I don't know what happened to any of these fools. I know Joe Messi, I think became a mayor of his city or wherever, like in Buffalo or wherever he was from. I think it became some politician.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
There's so much more to life than boxing, though. You know, when these guys turn around and see that there's more to life than it, but when they get tipped to be so great, it's kind of hard to not forget them, you know?
Right, yeah. All right, my turn. Let me remove a comment real quick. All right, where am I going? Yeah, 8 and 8. So I am gonna go. I am gonna go Hatton Gotti here. Right? Yeah. Let's see. I kind of like looking at the board on the screen. I don't know, maybe because I'm on the side of it or something, but getting a full face view of it, it's pretty nice. Let's see. What am I gonna do next?
I'm gonna go Holyfield versus Hay.
Holyfield versus Hay. Oh, that was a good call. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go Holyfield versus Hay as well. Oh, you're getting better for what? The dust is coming off, bro. The ring rust is coming off. Ooh, let's see. Okay.
Front Tony, please.
Front Tony. Oh, why'd you do that? That's the work. All right, I'm gonna go Front Tony as well. What do you got?
Front Tony, please.
Front Tony. It's terrible. All right, I'm gonna go Mike versus Fury.
Mike versus Fury too as well.
Mike versus Fury as well. Ooh, look at Fuad. Trying to be all sneaky over there. All right, Wilder Fury, because I have to. Or I mean, sorry, Lewis Wilder.
Lewis Wilder again, please.
Damn. All right, well, I gotta go Lewis Wilder as well. Damn, we have so many things on the board. I would think there'd be like a Connect Four we missed at some point on here. Oh, look at Raul with the. I didn't know that. Wilder Harrison?
Just down the road. He stopped him just down the road. He fought near my house.
Really? That's cool. I didn't know that, Raul. That's cool.
Deontay's been to the UK. He fought on Amir Khan's undercard.
Really? Wow. Do you guys like Wilder over there or not really?
There is Wilder fans. He gets a lot of love when he comes here.
Nice. All right, bro. Who do you got? Where are you going?
Chico Hamed, please.
Chico Hamed. I think. Let's see. I'm gonna go Wilder Lewis. Yeah, Wilder Lewis here. You got who you got?
Hold on, let me just see this. Chico, no, not Chico. What? Mike versus Fury.
Fury versus Mike. And I will go Joe versus Ward. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the game.
I was looking to go that way. Why did I go there? Oh.
We got to finish it off. I need the visual. We got to finish it off. Go ahead. What do you want to go next? I will do the same. And that is the win by KO, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yeah. Stephen KO Coreno with the sweep of Fuad.
Shall we do the graphics of you actually knocking me out? Poof,
oh, we should do that. We should do the post.
There you go, sir. You win the championship belt.
You got to mail that over, bro. I need to have that on my wrist.
It's got your country on it as well.
There you go. The country is made for me, bro.
It's actually got all your countries on. It's got America. It's got Mexico and Puerto Rico.
Hey, see, bro. That belt's on me right there. See.
Congratulations,
bro. That was fun. That was fun.
That was such a good game.
It was a good game. That was good stuff. Oh, Ro has a question for you.
What's your opinion on Amir Khan? Amir Khan, another trailblazer, like legend for British boxing, gets absolutely harassed because he does dumb shit away from the boxing ring. And when people talk about his chin, there's two things. I don't know if he's actually got a glass chin, but the one thing is his style makes him makes him sort of suspect to those shots because he still carries that amateur style. A lot of the times he goes, he comes in like that, and his chin's obviously in the air, which you can't do that in the pros with 10-ounce gloves. You're gonna get caught, which has happened to him plenty of times. But no one can deny the man's heart and sort of resume, bro. Come on, he went over to America to conquer America. You know, not many British fighters do that. So fair fucks to him.
Yeah, no, yeah. The thing at the bottom, but Yeah, I think Amir Khan fights a lot of people. Unfortunately, his chin kind of fails him, and I don't think he hits hard enough to get guys to really get off of him either. But I mean, I do think he should have fought Kell Brook years ago. That fight might.
I'm sick and tired of that fight. I'm sick and tired of it, mate. If it happens, it happens. But I hate debating about it because it just makes someone like me just annoyed because I'm like, why can't you make it? All right. It's just annoying.
Yeah. Well, Fuad, thank you, bro, for being on the show. Let me put this on the screen just to show again my pure dominance, basically.
Listen, in camp, I had a terrible camp. I came into camp overweight. It just wasn't, I broke my hand in camp. And
how heavy is that sweatshirt, bro? How heavy is that sweatshirt right now?
It's 40 pounds, brother. It took out all the energy out of my head before we actually started the show. So I couldn't think straight, and I'll be back for the rematch for sure. I definitely want this rematch. I'm calling for it. The NXT will definitely make sure they get that rematch for me. I don't class Steven as a champion just yet because he still has to fight again.
Wow.
So we'll get it back on and we'll definitely settle the score. And this time I'm knocking him out.
Wow. Sorry to say, bro. I am the champ. You need to send me over that belt so I can have it over my my shoulder over here. For the rest of this game. But hey, bro, that was a lot of fun, man. That was fun. I'm glad you came on.
The second game was a lot better. The second game was a lot more technical. I got my flow in the second game.
Yeah.
Hey, it's exactly like the Wilder Fury trilogy anyway. You kind of beat me in the first one, but it was, I was completely out of it. Second one, is more interesting because you beat me again. You gotta get the third one. I've made my excuses. This jumper, look,
You got it.
A broken tooth, I was fought by a broken tooth. So
it's the odds against you, bro. It just wasn't your night.
It wasn't my night. I'm gonna speak to my advisor Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman. See what Al says about this, and we'll go from there. I'm sure I'm gonna get the trilogy fight.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Fuad, man, I appreciate you being on the show, man.
Everybody,
yeah, for sure. I'll have Fuad's YouTube in the description of this video, so this way you guys can subscribe to the Viper Sports channel, and definitely check him out on TikTok and Instagram because he's hilarious on the go. Got a lot of boxing updates on there, and the kid knows his stuff, obviously. Other than thinking AJ is going to beat Wilder, but I mean he's British. You got to forgive him on that one.
let that one come around, and we'll settle the score then. All right, let that one come around.
Let's see, Jeff Lacey. Right here. Yes, Jeff Lacey. We did it, bro. We got our get back.
I'm sorry, I'll let you down, bro. Joe Kawasaki, if you're watching this. But yo, listen, man, I appreciate you so much for having me on. Thank you, everyone, for joining and just interacting, man. It was good fun. And I'm gonna get this trilogy. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna settle this. Come back. I'm gonna be training now.
We're gonna have to. I don't know. You're gonna have to send me some training videos, seeing you, get a couple victories over your little sister or something. I need to see some. You got to get some wins, bro. Like Khabib Conor, bro. I need like 10 wins, and then maybe I'll give you another shot.
Pathetic, bro. Pathetic. All right, man. Listen, I'm gonna jump off anyway.
Again, brother. Thank you again. Appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum again, bro. Take care.
Bro. Thank you. Appreciate it,
brother. Bye. Thank you, everybody.